There's an owl box that my friend Adam bought, and we put it up here. Anyway, here is my first outdoor video of the state of the school. End of November, Sunday, 2016. And there's a garden. I did not complete the fence, but I did start to mulch it with plastic, roofing, pallets, about anything. And this year I should be able to finish the fencing, surely, and maybe even garden. But I hesitate to get into that too much before I actually have some help. It's a beautiful it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The wind is calm, pretty calm, sunny, and this is the West Village. The North Village I did virtually nothing with. That up there is going to wait until the goats and I can work on clearing it up. There is a cluster right there, center of buildings that are going to be around a little windmill. And maybe if I just change the position I'm in, you can see the one building. Well, I'll start down the hill. My horse is up there, Sophie, with the goats. Maybe you can see her. And we're going to be walking down there, be walking around. There's 4 timber framed buildings waiting to be put back up. 2 of them burnt in a fire, but I can save them. Let me show you one other thing. Well, it hasn't changed that much, but there's the sawmill building. All right, I'm going to start down. Sophie has noticed me, even at that distance. Okay, here you can see better that the original building that I started with, the Cooper's shop, is the one building that I took up to the second course and framed the roof. I didn't finish putting the roof on, but I did enough of it so that it was clear that I could do it, and to give an idea of what the almost 30 buildings that size or smaller are going to look like. That's plastic sheeting. It's silo or a hay bale wrapping that's on it, and ultimately it will be plastered. But that shows off the way the bracing's going to be. All right, I'm going to continue down. I think, well, maybe one other thing I can show you here is the fence on the garden, the lower fence, the nearer fence on the garden. I'm going to move downhill about 10 feet. I started to over there and then ran out of time. And I'll make it, instead of in curves, I'll probably make it in straight pieces. Down here, I think there was a mill, or either the mill or the bottom of an inclined plane. No one's ever spoken about that, but that smooth incline that's there, I suspect, may eventually reveal that story. That roof on the Gasthaus, oh, I'm still zoomed, looks rough, but actually we have it under control now. There's the roughed out Cooper shop up closer. As I say, roughed out, but it gives a pretty good idea of what my buildings are going to look like. And here's that gap in the fence made by where I've moved it on the right, below a ditch that often runs full of water, but this year went dry. This has been a dry year. And here's where the fence was before. This kind of fence is so easy to move, and it works very well. All right, we'll go into the garden. But instead of going through that gap in the incompleted fence, we'll go through the gate. like everything else, this is just roughed out, and there's just up to fence height of two little buildings where the gate will be hinged on both sides. So I'm going to walk up through there, and you know, these two hurdles that are there, and I put a third one up when I have to seriously stop the goats. You can see the horse was down here this morning, and I had to put it up. All right, now I did build a sort of a bridge, a way to cross, so I'm able to take the tractor or the pickup into the garden. And here, a huge mess. And once again, there is what's needed for another gate. The tires are for weight, so it doesn't blow over. I have them anyway. Now, anyway, as I go in here, stuff is laying everywhere, but everywhere that it's laying, its purpose is to mulch, to stop the grass so that I can get a handle on it later on. There's the windmill complex. There's going to be a little windmill between those two buildings. This, you can see, maybe you can figure out, is the Cooper's domain. All the sheet metal roofing, I've laid places to, as I say, just to mulch. When I take it off, I'll be able to get to that ground. All right, oh, and that fence, sometime I should explain that. That fence along there, I changed it to make it straight, and it's going to be white. It's going to be white like that. I actually made a pallet wrapping, quote-unquote, machine to wrap pallets that'll make that a white wall, and on the lower side of that white wall will be one of the first places I'll try to garden, because the sun will bounce off that white, and I'll probably have a warm spot right at the foot of it. Alright, I'm going to go back out and actually maybe call this the end of part 1, the West Village. One last thing to say, this is sort of in memoriam. That beautiful ash tree died. My mother had once said, "Boy, we better hope that never dies." Now, a disease came through and really killed all the ashes. There are some of the branches left to be cut off. My neighbor Josh came, and David, with their pole truck, and cut it off. The reason we didn't cut it the whole way down is there seemed to be suggestions of life in it from where we cut downward, and we thought, well, we'll give it one more year just on the chance that it will coppice and then survive this time. All right, on that sad note, I will end this first video of the state of the school.